So in Atlanta, Atlanta airport is huge. I would say it's way bigger than Cleveland. And usually I had to board a train. The international gate is usually the last stop, maybe at F gate, I believe, to Nigeria. It's usually the last stop. And I was just like, wow, I have never saw nothing like this ever in my life. So basically, the train will basically take you clear across, I guess, the airport. And my first mistake was trying to not asking because I wasn't sure about where to go. So trying to look at signs. But if you don't know where to go, please, it's too big. It's too big of an airport. Please, please, please ask where you going or get help from the attendant because that's no joke. And I remember my second trip. My second trip, I had to, oh my gosh. The train was broke. The train was broke, so I had to walk the whole thing, and I think it took almost 3 hours to walk. And on top of that, it was just problems after problems that trip. And then I walked the whole way. That particular day, that particular trip, I had to spend the night in Atlanta because I didn't. They changed the COVID regulations. You couldn't just get a rapid test. You had to get a PCR test, and I didn't know that. So I had the wrong test. So I had to pay extra money for a PCR test, which was like $150. Then I had to, stay in the hotel, but Delta had paid for that, the hotel. And the whole trip was delayed for a day. It wasn't too bad. It was actually relaxing. But I'll get to that later on. I'll get to more of that later on. So at this time, I have boarded the plane and I'm off to Nigeria, and it will be an overnight plane ride. And how I'm feeling, like I'm in disbelief. I'm nervous because this is my, like I said, this is my first trip, and I chose for my first trip to go all the way in Africa. So of course, I am very nervous at this time. I even remember like being in the air, all the way ascended in the air, and was like, oh my God, did I make a mistake? Should I be doing this? Like, can you just turn around? But of course, that's not possible. So I was nervous. I was so nervous. But yes, on my way. Overnight, it's gonna be overnight, and I'm on my way to Lagos, Nigeria. So to see transition from being in the clouds to actually seeing water and then seeing land was like, wow, words couldn't describe how I felt. Like, it was just so unbelievable. It was just like, I was just like by that. And then to actually land on the ground and in Nigeria, it just like, it was, the feeling was very overwhelming. It was very emotional, and the feeling was very, very overwhelming. And I just remember even when I had, stepped off the plane and was going in, it just brought tears to my eyes. Like, I was just so overwhelmed with emotions. I don't know why. But I didn't expect me. I did not expect that reaction, but I was overwhelmed with emotions. It kind of like it felt like I had a sense that I was home, like I was finally home. So, oftentimes I be in the U.S. and when I get treated a certain way, which is almost like every day, you see some type of you get so I get treatments as if like I don't belong here, and it's yeah, I get it treated as if I don't belong here. So I guess some people probably overlook it at times because they so used to it. It's like it's been happening all our lives. I don't know. I just can't get used to that. I cannot get used to that, and I think it kind of affect me. It kind of affect me a little bit, but I don't know. But it's kind of like when I first stepped on. Getting back to the point, when I first stepped on the soil of Nigeria, the continent of Africa, it just made me emotional. It was an overwhelming feeling.